Illinois and Maryland are all going to redraw their maps to add safe.
Well, they'll do it anyway.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, they'll do it anyway. Why? If we stop over there, they would have done it anyway.
They understand that we have a Temu Hitler in the White House right now that thinks that he is going to become the dictator of the United States. Well, I got another thing to tell you, sir.
That's why they said they ain't want us to hit her. We gonna knock you out. Acting like you ghetto and you went to a private school that was like $20,000 a year. How is he a Temu Hitler? It should be wrong to say something like that. People should acknowledge that you're a fool for comparing somebody to Hitler and they ain't been responsible for nobody's death. And to be honest, our president can't be a dictator. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com, TatumStore.com. Make sure you get your merch. Link is in the description section. I know y'all love this hat. That's why I wore it. So get you a hat today, TatumStore.com. Like and subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. All right, Jasmine Crockett, welcome to the show. Jasmine Crockett is a nut job. And people are saying that she admitted to theft in the election. I'm going to play the clip and then I'm going to tell you what I think about it. Roll the clip.
There was a benefit to shining a light on what it was that they were trying to do in the dark in Texas. So unfortunately, we've seen our numbers fall now that they have these voter restrictions in place. But I do think it's important for us to have the conversation.
They talk
All right, stop.
a lot of noise.
That was the clip that they used. And clearly, I don't think she was intentionally saying that they discovered the fraud that the Democrats are doing. What she was saying was that it was fraud that the Republicans had done by making our election secure. And I think what people are saying with that is, wait a minute, let me go back, because I thought I interpreted right, but now that I think about it, I think she did admit that they were cheating in the election. Think about this for a minute. I just thought I had it, and now listening to it again. Wait a minute. Listen to what she said. Go back and play what she said. And I think that she admitted to it overtly, not directly. Roll the clip.
There was a benefit to shining a light on what it was that they were trying to do in the dark in Texas. So unfortunately, we've seen our numbers fall now that they have these voter restrictions in place. But I do think it's important for us to have the conversation.
They talk.
Okay. Now, it wasn't what she said they did. It was if they put in voter restrictions and your numbers have gone down. What does that mean? Our numbers have gone down since they implemented voter restrictions. Voter restrictions on what? ID. You have to have an identification. So if you have to have an identification and every Democrat is legally voting in an election, how do your numbers come down? Unless people were illegally voting in the election. So the Republicans making restrictions by making sure people have certain credentials to vote that should be lawful around the entire, or whatever else that made voting illegally done before, they've shored up and secured voting and you're losing votes. That means y'all must have been doing something wrong. There you go. I thought they were saying directly what she said. It's the fact that she pretty much admitted that they put restrictions in place and they're losing votes. You shouldn't lose votes, sweetheart, if they put restrictions in place that only legal voters can actually go to the voter roll and vote. We know what it is. Now, she probably have a rebuttal for that, but I think she is called a Freudian slip, or she's such a hypocrite she don't realize she exposed something. Now, here's the highlight tape of the rest of the stupid stuff she say. Roll the clip.
A lot of noise, but these guys are weak. That's why they're over here trying to bully people. Bullies are always weak. The difference is they expect Democrats to kind of be the nice guys that we are. They expect us to take the punch and say thank you. Well, I am here to tell you, not only are we going to punch back, but we about to beat you down. We're going to win.
It's so
I'm going to
professional.
tell you why we're going to win. Because
And I'm sorry, but instead, we are not only going to punch you back, but we are going to knock you out. So I fully anticipate that we are going to take control of the United States House, because that is what the American people want. And that is why Donald Trump and his regime is so afraid.
Yeah, I think she had an Ivy League education or something like that. That's why they said they ain't want us to hit her. We gonna knock you out. Acting like you ghetto and you went to a private school that was like $20,000 a year. How much? Maybe she didn't go to Harvard. Where she went? Somebody in the chat know. Did she go to Harvard? I think she went to a prestigious college. No, she may not have gone to Harvard. Did it say she went to Harvard? Maybe I'm thinking the fact that she went to a law school, Thurgood Marshall Law School, University of Houston Law School. So maybe she didn't have an Ivy League education. That's probably why she's stupid. No, I'm just playing. I think she's just putting on a persona to be ghetto. What? Because let me tell y'all something. She probably, you see her hair, go bring her back on the screen. White lady hair. She ain't got sister girl hair. She got her hair pressed down to the side with a perm on it. So she got the white girl look. And I guarantee you, I'm almost my life that Jasmine Crockett didn't used to sound like this. I bet you she was very articulate, but she thinks she got to be ghetto to represent black people. She want to represent black people in her district. So she got to talk stupid because that's what she think about the people that vote for her. That they'll like her more if she ghetto versus if she's articulate because then she's trying to be white. I can almost put it on everything. Jasmine Crockett don't sound like that. Or didn't. Now she does. All right, let's play some more clips because I got more. Y'all asked me for it. You put one on the thing, so I got a couple more clips. Roll the clip. Which one is this? Let's do the ones where she was acting. She was saying Trump was a Hitler or something, or Temu Hitler. All right, roll the clip.
For everyone that's been asking, where are the Democrats? Well, here they are. For everyone that's been asking, where is the fight? Well, here it is. But let me tell you something. Don't leave them out on a ledge by themselves. They need to know that you, the American people, stand with them because they are standing for you. There's so many people that they will never meet, but they understand the importance of making sure that they have a voice when it comes to their government. They understand the importance of standing for what democracy is and making sure that it does not fall by the wayside. They understand that we have a Temu Hitler in the White House right now that thinks that he is going to become the dictator of the United States. Well, I got another thing to tell you, sir. The Democrats, no matter whether we're talking about these Texas House Democrats, or whether we're talking about the governor from Illinois, the governor from California, or whether we're talking about New York, or I can go through the states and it's not just the governors. It is the state houses. It is the state senators. It is those congressional delegations that are saying, do what you gotta do and I will fight and I will win and I will earn my seat back to the people's house in DC. I am here to tell you that time is up for playing in our faces. The Democrats are not going to stand for this any longer. We know that we are standing for the people. And so long as we stand for the people, I absolutely believe the people are going to stand for us.
What's their obsession with Hitler, though? He has not been the only dictator. I don't know if he's the example of, I want to say dictatorial. That's probably a word. An example of someone who's prolific as a dictator. He's one of many. Mao is a dictator. What's the other guy? Hitler and Stalin was a dictator. I mean, I don't even know if, like, there's people in socialist countries who were dictators. Why don't they bring up a socialist? What is the obsession with Hitler? Hitler is not the first person to come to my mind when I think of somebody being a dictator. There's modern people today that are dictators. She don't compare them to nobody. Their obsession with Hitler is crazy to me. There's a part of me that's like, are they doing that on purpose? Are they like sneak dissing Jews on purpose? Like they just want to, the Republicans and the Jews. Hitler killed a bunch of people. I mean, like his name to fame wasn't him being a dictator. His claim to fame, and I would say infamy, was that he killed millions of Jews in heinous ways of burning them and a chemical, they doing tests on them and shooting them in the head, doing all kind of stuff. And in death camps and internment camp, like that's what he was known for. How is he a Temu Hitler? It should be wrong to say something like that. But you have the freedom to speak and say whatever you want. But it should be wrong. Like people should acknowledge that you're a fool for comparing somebody to Hitler and they ain't been responsible for nobody's death. And to be honest, our president can't be a dictator. What can they be a dictator in what arena? They can't make laws. They can't write laws. They have executive authority, but also courts can shoot down their executive authority. Or, if it's unconstitutional, what are we saying? The Supreme Court has, to be honest, the Supreme Court has a lot of power. Most of the power is supposed to be in Congress. To be honest, Congress, war approval, all kind of things that congressional members are supposed to come together to decide. That's the biggest body of representatives in the entire government. as far as the branches of government. And they have the most power. They even have the power to give themselves term limits. They have the power to approve any, the president has to sign it into law, but they still have the power to create it and approve a lot of this stuff. They can order people to hearings. And the president is a dictator in this woman's eyes. But let's see what Donald Trump had to say about it, because I want to finish it with that, because this girl is an idiot. Roll the clip. Roll it.
And I won the election in a landslide. And obviously that's only, we're only 6 months in. But my poll numbers are better now, much better than during the election. And now part of that is because the Democrat Party is self-destructing. I mean, when you have low IQ people like Crockett, I wonder if she's in a relationship to the late, great Davy Crockett, who was a great gentleman. I wonder if she's got any relationship to Davy Crockett, the great old Davy Crockett. But you have this woman Crockett. She's a very low IQ person. Somebody said the other day she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you got to be kidding. The Democrats are lost. They have Trump derangement syndrome so bad that they can't walk, they can't talk, they don't know where they're going. Schumer is finished. Schumer, look, I watched him the other day. He's lost all of his confidence.
40% of the country has, so you're never going to get above 60 in any poll, and it's because 40% have TDS, and we know that. Mr. President, we used to do this every Tuesday. It was called Trump Tuesday. Maybe we can start, this is going to be the start of something again, but we appreciate all.
So I love that Trump said what he had to say. She is a low IQ. I know he said a lot of people are low IQ, but when you think about it, these people are actually low IQ. Jasmine Crockett may have been educated, but her IQ is very low. I think you have to have low IQ to be a Democrat. And I'm not saying your IQ is the lowest it can be, but I'm saying that you got to be slightly, I don't know, maybe it's EQ. Maybe your emotional intelligence is bad, because you could be very smart and don't have no common sense. You know what I mean? So maybe the IQ is not the test in this. Maybe it's EQ. People don't have enough emotional intelligence to see through some of this crazy stuff that's going on. But anyway,